Okay. Start. So welcome back, Mason.
Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Did you make it in good?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. So we're gonna kind of go over your miracle question that we talked about last time. On your miracle day, you said that you would have people listen to you, respond to your emails. Students would be excited to learn. They'd be engaged in class. There'd be communication between staff. You'd have a longer lunch break. Someone else drove you home or you teleported home. You'd spend more time home, help make dinner, and even help your son do homework. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to add to that?
No,
Miracle day?
sounds pretty good.
Okay. So, in this past couple weeks, or since we last saw each other, has part of that miracle come true? Maybe chunks here and there in the day?
Yeah, I think that the email piece or communication with colleagues has gotten better.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being most horrible communication, it hasn't changed at all, to 10, it's changed for the better, it's about to have better than. What would you rate that?
Probably about a 6 or 7.
6 or 7?
Yeah, I feel like the people I'm working with have maybe prioritized a little bit more, and they have more time to work with me with baseball and things like that. So it's been better.
That's good. I'm glad
Yep.
to hear that. Is there a reason you're in between numbers and you can't really choose between 6 and 7?
Just because it depends on the day. Sometimes I email and I don't get responses about things that I think are important, but they're being prioritized by other people as not as important.
Okay. So, what do you think would need to happen for it to be an 8 for you?
I guess just having emails that were of high importance or like significant for that day or things coming up be responded to more often or more timely.
Okay, I can hear that. How about your students? You said here in your miracle day that they'd be excited, they'd be engaged, that they'd be more responsive to you. Have you seen any of that come true these past couple of weeks?
Yeah, I think I've seen improvement. Maybe not like an entire day, but maybe like a specific class. Kids have been more engaged, or a lesson has been more dynamic that they enjoy.
So what did you do to make that happen?
I think just focusing my energy on the positive things and really trying to praise kids who are doing the right things instead of constantly focusing on the problems or things that need to be fixed. Really trying to praise people who are doing the right thing.
I'm glad you're looking at the positive side of things. That is definitely helpful to you and the kids, I believe. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this? 1 being I haven't seen my miracle day, to 10 being it's come true. What do you think it is right now for you?
Probably really a 6.
A 6?
I just deal with a lot of kids who have special needs, and really haven't seen improvement with some specific classes where there are a lot more issues than others.
Mm-hmm.
But in the other classes, I feel like we're making a lot of progress, and kids are excited to be there, and they're a lot more understanding of what we're trying to do. So those are really the positive pieces of the day, whereas the other classes, we're still trying to support students that have really struggled in traditional schooling.
I'm glad you're there to support them. Do you think that with that support being continuous, that you might go from 6 to 7?
Yeah, I don't see why that couldn't happen.
Okay. So, for someone else driving home every day, or you help make dinner, spend more time with your family at home, has that come into your reality in chunks and little pieces of your miracle day in your real life now?
Maybe the family part a little bit. I mean, I feel like we designate time to spend together on weekends, which is great. But during the weekdays, it's still very difficult with our schedules. They don't really line up very well. So it makes it a lot harder to spend time together during the week. But when we do have time, even if it's only an hour during the week, we try to make that quality time with the family.
I'm glad you guys are doing that.
The driving, there's not much I can do there. So.
What do you think would help that miracle piece of your day to happen in your life?
Which one?
The driving home.
I would have to move or get a new job.
Is that something that could happen, or how would you go about that? How do you think that would become part of you? Like moving, is that possible, or
I don't know.
what do you see?
There are lots of steps in that. So right now, that's not really an option. I mean, maybe later down the road. But
Okay.
that's very minor compared to the other things, I would say.
Okay. So how would you rate that? 1 being one of your major stressors, and 10 being not a major stressor at all.
I don't know. It's not a very major stressor. It just leads to other things, such as not spending time with my family, not as much because I'm commuting.
Okay. Well, let's see. What about helping make dinner? Has that come about?
Yeah, occasionally. I mean, on weekends or things like that, we try to spend quality time together and do things together. So cooking is one of them. So, but during the weeks, it's still hard.
Are there things you might be able to do to change that, or any suggestions you might think of?
Not really. I think that during the weekends we try to do those things, but on weekdays it just doesn't work because of schedules.
So your whole miracle day was basically, trying to get rid of that work stress, imagining that that stress is gone. Can you tell me from a scale of 1 to 10, is that stress really hard on you? 1 being the stress is really hard on you, and 10 being that it's not that really hard and I can deal with it. How would you rate that?
Probably an 8.
Okay.
I feel like I deal with it fine. I mean, in the moment it's frustrating at times, but as long as you're able to, talk about your day or what's going on, so you don't have to internalize everything.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to problem solve.
Well, it's a pretty high number. I see that you are trying to find ways to solve it, or have chunks of your miracle day appear in that area, and you are suggesting maybe problem solve. What else would you suggest that might help you?
I think just focusing on the things I can control. So instead of worrying about not getting responses, just trying to be more proactive with things and try to reduce the stress by taking care of things that I can do personally
All right, well, let's take a quick break and then we'll come back and kind of gather our thoughts together
Okay.
and talk a little more.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi again.
Yeah. Really nice decorations in the lobby. That's great.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, welcome back. All right. So, I've been talking about what parts of your Miracle Day have actually happened. And do you think that, back when we talked the last couple of weeks, you seemed overwhelmed and stressed? Do you think that now, seeing that you have um, experienced part or chunks of your Miracle Day, that maybe that alleviates some stress?
Yeah, sure. I think so.
Can you expand on that, maybe?
I don't know, a lot of the things are interconnected. So when I'm able to manage pieces of my day, it helps alleviate stresses that come on with other things. So, like the communication piece is huge because it alleviates me having to do things that are not part of my job or like reaching out to other people to try and find answers.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes it easier and it gives me more time to deal with or handle other things that come up.
I'm glad you can do that. Maybe you can stop and think more often and see, maybe categorize what needs to be done at the moment,
Sure.
so you can feel like you have everything in order that you can understand and maybe not feel so overwhelmed. Do you think that might help you?
Yeah.
To not memorize, but stop and think.
Sure.
Well, let's see. Something else you might be able to do is just take a couple minutes out of your day for yourself to decompress, maybe. Do you think you might be able to do that as well?
Yeah, probably.
What might you do if you did have that time to decompress for yourself?
I don't know. I feel like if I have free time, I should be doing something.
Maybe you should.
That's something I should think about more.
Yeah. Well, Mason, it was nice seeing you today, and I hope that you take these suggestions and you can look back and see that you have lived some of your dream day already. And I hope that helps you to alleviate some of the stress and overwhelmness that you have been feeling. And I hope you have a nice drive back home.
Okay, thank you.
It was nice
It's
to
good to
meet you.
see you.